All right, thank you both so much. All right, to wrap up our keynote today, we are going to bring on Meaghan Dowd, our Director of Product Insurance here at Holistiplan. We want to highlight our now award-winning insurance product, which is super exciting. So we're going to bring Meaghan on to answer your questions. She is very much a subject matter expert. She knows everything there is to know about insurance. So please send your questions in the chat. We do admittedly have some kind of pre-baked questions, but I think Meaghan, you're going to start us off with a super short demo of our insurance tool.
Yes, let me just share my screen and thank you all for sticking around. And again, please put your questions into the chat. Would love to answer anything I can about the tool or implementation of our tool. So there we are. All righty. So right now, you guys are all probably familiar with this screen. This is our household screen. In order just to start an insurance review, you're going to click the Create Insurance Review button here. Just click OK. And then it will take you to our page that will allow you to start uploading deck pages. And it's as simple as that. Once you've uploaded deck pages, you are done. And the rest of the work is on our OCR system that's going to read through these declaration pages, put them into a consistent format for you. So you'll get a lovely email from our support team. It does go through one manual review process for accuracy. And then once you get that email, you will land back on this completed review, which again, if you've ever looked at a deck page, they all look different, regardless if it's State Farm, Allstate, Safeco, Travelers. And so that's one of my favorite pieces is we're just allowing you to take those very messy deck pages and bring insurance in a consistent way. So we'll always list our key figures up here, which is things like dwelling coverage, their deductibles, personal property limits. We then show insight. So they're color coded to really help bring attention to what clients may need to focus on from an overall protection standpoint. Within the homeowners tool, we do have the ability to click here and take a deeper dive and enter in information that may not be found on a declaration page. One of the most unique pieces about our tool is our replacement cost estimator. So if you've ever wondered how, for your own home or for your client's home, how do these insurance companies come up with the dwelling limit, you now have that tool at your fingertips. You just quickly enter in your client's address. It's going to pull from a database. If it does not pull from the database, you can manually enter in the information. What I really appreciate about this tool is most of you have sat in your clients' homes or understand your clients' purchase habits. And so you may know they have a custom kitchen. And notice here, right now it's 847. And just by updating the kitchen to custom features, it changes it by quite a decent amount, almost $30,000. And you might be wondering, Meaghan, what's custom? We have definitions here for you, but I won't bore you with those. So this is one of the features that, again, it's free for all of our users of the insurance tool, but does give you a leg up in helping your clients understand the replacement cost. We also have our lifestyle questions. So again, if you want to take a deeper dive with clients and add insights into maybe today we talked about trust in LLCs and entities. Maybe they recently moved their home into a trust and filed that execution. You now can hit save and will provide some insights around clients and what they should consider when it comes to adding their home as a listed insured on their homeowners. Quickly jump to auto, which again, just going to highlight those key figures. We do show state insights here. Again, our amazing insights will help pull different pieces. This non-stacked is a state specific one, so you won't always see it, but if you work with clients in a bunch of different states, it's really nice to catch those items. And then lastly is our umbrella policy. So we'll show you the overall limit and then insights, specifically what a lot of advisors appreciate about this is our ability to catch the underlying limit. So if the minimum limits aren't met, our system will show this and highlight accordingly. But any questions that I can start to answer?
Yeah, I think we got a few in chat.
Awesome. Let's see. Oh, maybe if I can
Meaghan,
get to
can you
my
talk,
chat.
can you start? I see a couple questions about like how people can access this. Can you talk a little bit how uh current Holistic Plan users can access this tool?
Yeah, so if you don't currently use it, we do offer a 7-day free trial, and you can just go to your subscription page in order to start that. It's just a click of a button. And then within our knowledge base articles, there are some pre-uploaded documents that you guys can easily get started. And/or I do highly recommend trying this on your own insurance. You'd be surprised about what you can learn, and then have your own stories to share with clients and what you learned by doing this for yourself.
Awesome. What kind of clients do you recommend using this tool for?
Yeah, so this really was built for all clients. So whether it's your renters and individuals just getting started, again, I think at the beginning we talked about those younger individuals that might not have a lot of assets for us to manage. This is a great way to start building that trust and helping them have conversations where they're already making decisions on maybe buying their new home and what's the right protection. And this is a great way to add value all the way up to your ultra high net worth clients. Maybe they sit on non-for-profit boards. Our umbrella does a great job of helping identify those type of insights to where, again, whether they're your new client to your top client, you can really add some good detail and complexity.
Yeah, Megan, we're getting a lot of questions in here about pricing as well. So, like, can we talk about, for current users, what that looks like if they're just getting the insurance piece and things like that as well?
Yeah, so if you're just doing insurance, it's $25 a household, but we do give a really nice discount. It's 40% off when you bundle it with tax. So it comes down to $15 a household. And then if you do have any other discounts on your plan, those also get applied. So again, really bundling it's the best way to get the most value and serving your clients in every aspect of comprehensive planning.
I'm seeing some questions about what the outputs look like. Could we take a little bit of a closer look at that report that's generated?
Yeah, so without doing any work, you can just go to the top of the screen and go to presentation mode. This is what your clients would see if you wanted to present on screen. The print version is the exact same as this. It just allows you to print it to a PDF. But again, a cleaner version, all the icons are gone and we're just going to have the color coordination. But maybe you have a client that doesn't want to know all of this information. We can quickly hide different insights or show. So maybe I just want to point out 3 important pieces on the home. I'm going to initially hide my green, yellow, and red. And then I'm going to go back. I call this the stoplight report. And we do have, again, a knowledge base article to help you build different types of reports. But for this client, the red one I want to show them is their dwelling replacement costs. I know my clients have a decent amount of liquidity. So I'm going to show them a higher deductible because I think they can easily pay that out of pocket. And then I want to give them something to feel good about. So I'm going to show them that they have discounts on their policies and that they're getting the best pricing. So now when I go to presentation mode, this looks a little different in that you will now just see those 3 that I selected. So again, depending on what your clients want to see or not to see, you as the advisor have control in that final deliverable. And then for a lot of you, you may be saying, I'm not insurance experts. How do I get this report into my client's hands? Between that presentation mode I just sent you and what's called our agent letter up here, the agent letter is built by these letter icons down here. So any red insights automatically get added to the agent letter. But then again, maybe I want my clients to talk about this 1% deductible. By clicking that, I now get to go to my agent letter. And these have turned all of those insights into questions. So this is where, again, you don't have to be the expert, but we can bridge that gap between evaluating insurance needs and then allowing an insurance professional to execute on those and answer the tougher questions that you may not be suited to answer.
All right. Diving into some more specific, kind of granular questions here. Thinking about assets at risk for umbrella coverage. Are joint assets at risk if an individual member of a couple is sued?
So it's really creditor accessible assets that are at risk. So that varies by state. So unfortunately, I don't have like a great answer. But yeah, if you're don't have enough insurance and you have creditor accessible assets, they are at risk. And again, sometimes those are the assets under management, and that's where insurance really becomes that wealth defense, defense to the overall planning, because of the ability to help pay out or really write the checks on your client's behalf versus them having to come to you and potentially liquidate.
I see a question here. Does it give any topic insight on young adults listed on client's auto from a liability perspective?
So we do give a few different insights. So one is as the advisor, if we go back, apologize, into, oh, I'm clicking too fast for my internet today. So if we go back into our icons, this auto icon does allow for you to indicate if there's maybe an adult driver on the policy or if there's a child driver in household. Maybe you know they have good students, so we can indicate that the kids participated there. We will indicate these if it's shown on the deck page, like the age of the driver, but typically this is something that the advisor has the better opportunity of handling. And then from there, you will see new insights on the auto policy, specifically to children on the policy and different liability considerations.
Megan, could you show us some of your favorite features within the tool? Like your top 3 favorite things that this tool can do?
Definitely. So I'd say one of them is definitely the replacement cost tool in the homeowners, and then the lifestyle questions. So those are my top two. The lifestyle questions go throughout the product. So I would say that's like a catch all. But again, really a great way. Being an insurance broker in my past life, these were the most overlooked questions that really left clients exposed. And so this is, again, you guys have great conversations. They trust you as advisors. They don't have those type of conversations with a lot of people. And this, again, just allows you to connect those dots. For the auto, I think a really cool feature that we have is the ability to add in the value of a vehicle to help them determine if full coverage is necessary or not. So in this situation, let's just pretend it was a 2001 Jeep. So we can put in a nice low amount here. If I hit save, and now I go to my vehicles, I'm going to see a note here about it being too low. And again, this is where, as an advisor, you get to now put on your investment hat and say, hey, it costs $500 a year to carry full coverage on this 2001 Jeep. But we can save that $500 a year and just invest that in the market or invest it in some other way. And so instead of potentially only getting $500 from the insurance company because they have a deductible that they'll have to pay and then they only get actual cash value, you can have a little more control or understanding of what's happening with those dollars versus investing them to insurance. So again, this is where advisors also know their clients' risk tolerance pretty well. And so you know if your clients can write a couple $1,000 check or if they really do need the $500 from the insurance company to go to the lot for the down payment. And if they don't get that $500, they won't get a car. And there are those type of clients that you work with. So again, this is just a really good place that without knowing anything about insurance, you can still have a really beneficial conversation. And then for the umbrella piece, I would say it is this at-risk value. So I know that was one of the questions earlier on like how do we determine? Apologize for my cat broken here. They have a great definition here, but this really is to help you identify if your client's liability coverage is enough based on their assets at risk. And again, if we were to put in that this client was worth 10 million and we hit save, we now will go to the umbrella and we have a note about checking it. So again, you guys don't have to know when to call this out. The system will automatically do it based on what their at-risk values are and what the current limit is.
Megan, can you talk on if the tool takes into consideration different states for these policies?
It does. So for the auto, in certain states that have stacked liability, you will see this pop up. And what stacked means is if they have multiple cars on a policy, they can stack the different limits between those different vehicles. And we explain that here for your client. And sometimes if they only have one vehicle, like in this situation, having non-stacks okay. So again, really helping them make sure that it's not always necessary for their situations. If they're in Georgia, we also talk about add-on or reduced by liability limits, and then we talk about tort liability. So in certain states like Pennsylvania, they can have additional tort language in their policy, which limits their ability to sue. And in those states, we would also call out that information.
All right, looking at another question here. I think I'm understanding this right. I think Jan is asking, Does it capture if replacement also includes rebuilding in the same location as part of the policy?
Great question. So today we don't capture if there's a cash out option or not. That will be something we can look to capture in the future, but today it's not an insight.
Megan, you're also welcome to look in the chat too. I feel like
Yeah, you're good.
we're trying our best to try to find some good ones. A lot of questions about life insurance, but you can speak to if there is a roadmap for that at Holistiplan.
Yeah, so one of the questions was, does this in any way create an action slash add value by connecting with suggested firms to provide cost savings? So yes, I think this is a great way if you already have an insurance partner that you work with. Right now, you're probably just passing them over the fence saying, hey, all they want is savings. And in today's insurance market, probably the only way they're going to get savings is by losing coverage. So now you can send them over the fence to your insurance professional with, here's my client's needs. Again, whether that's they have a dog in the household or they have a swimming pool or they have a car title that grandma passed down 5 years ago, which again is one of our lifestyle questions. Those are all things that just set that broker partnership up for better success, because in all reality, once we start talking about lifestyle exposures and clients' true needs, price doesn't matter, and they're really looking to and able to serve them and meet them where they need to be. So I do think our system is the perfect place to start the conversation with clients, help them understand that it's more about the dollars they can save and just more about the appropriate way to invest in insurance, and then introducing them to that partner that again can obviously look for the best deal, make sure all the credits are on there for the alarms and the good students, but also placing them with the right insurance carrier based on their claims expectations, lifestyle needs, and those types of situations.
Can you talk about a little bit about like the education that you've built around this tool and like how people can learn how to use it?
Yeah, so we do have a lifestyle questionnaire that we can send out as part of the follow-up to this. That's just a one-page PDF that you can use to get clients engaged. It actually is all of the questions you see here in these check boxes. So again, you don't have to memorize these. That one pager is a great way to get started. We also have a few documents talking about like why insurance planning is important and why you're maybe asking your clients for these documents. So again, just a lot of different ways to help you become more comfortable in having the conversations, and again where you can add value and then when you can pass it off to those insurance partners for support. And then we have lots of good old recordings. So if you're new into insurance, we've done a lot of old webinars from Insurance Homeowners 101 to Risk Management 101. So there's a lot of good content, even if you're just a tax user, to slowly start understanding PNC. So maybe it's a goal for 2026 to add this to your planning process. Start watching videos today. And that way, when you do free trial this next year or tomorrow, whenever you decide, you feel a little bit more comfortable in the product. Let's see. All righty. Yeah, at this point, it does not analyze any type of life insurance or disability. That's not on the near roadmap, but definitely something we are keeping in mind. The next thing that you'll see out from us is landlord. So keep an eye out in the next couple weeks for that. And that will help review different rental properties that your individual clients own.
All right, it looks like that's about it for questions coming through. Thank you so much, Megan, for hopping on and closing us out today.
Of
Um,
course.
you're such a font of knowledge. Um, yeah, I know I have not seen anyone stump you yet, so very impressive.
It will come and I will be waiting. So, but yes, if anyone has questions, again, we have great demos. We do semi-live every Tuesday. So again, if your schedule's packed with conferences right now, but you want to come back, it's a 20-minute great demo. And again, you can learn more about the product. I run it so I can answer questions as they come up, or maybe again, tonight you're at dinner and get a fun insurance question and you want to hop on the semi-live and ask it on a Tuesday. I'm there and would love to answer it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Megan. And thank you all for everyone who joined us today. This was quite a long and wild ride, and we're thankful that everybody was able to hang in there for till the very end.
Thank you all so
Yes.
much. Thank you to all of our speakers, Finn, Brennan, Roger, Ben, Jamie, Debbie, Greg, and Megan for a jam-packed day. I hope everyone who was here, so many of you for one, stayed on the whole time. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you all are kind of leaving today feeling inspired and empowered. If you are not a user of Holistiplan yet, now is a great opportunity to start with a little bit of a discount. We have an exclusive discount code just for people who joined us today. We will be sending out all of these recordings and slide decks and resources mentioned and links to articles. All that will be coming early next week, so keep an eye on your inbox. Um, what else? Oh, CE credits. We'll be submitting those also early next week, so you should see those reflected in your account soon. Um, Thank you all again. I hope you had a great day. I had fun. And if you have any questions, you know where to find us.
Yeah. Thank y'all so much.